Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome out to another episode of Making Eden. But this is a more specified episode. Today's video, we're going to be discussing how, and more specifically, why, in our case, you can install Leon. We can install Leon AI onto a local computer. We're going to be talking about Leon AI in today's video, uh, and I'm going to tie it into what I'm currently working on with Project Eden in a moment. But before we do that, I want to discuss a little bit about Leon AI. Now, Leon AI basically, as it says here, is your virtual brain. Leon is an open source personal assistant that can live on your server. He or it does stuff when you ask it to. Now, Leon AI is a potentially very powerful tool because what it does effectively is allows you to be able to control your hardware on your computer. Basically, it's open source. It gives basically essentially Leon AI has the conceivable and theoretical potential to basically be able to do anything you need to have done on your computer. Okay, it's open source, which has good for privacy. You can automate your virtual life, um, and the imagination is the only limit. This is a really awesome project that has a lot of capabilities that are very crucial to this project that we're working on with developing an artificial general intelligence. Now, why is it important? Okay, well, first and foremost, I want to update you guys on what I'm doing here. I'm moving this current engineering chat over to uh, something called typingmind.com. Now, typing mind is extremely powerful because, um, and I'm going to do a whole other video on typing mind, but it's extremely powerful because you can create libraries of prompts that you can use. It also has real-time access to the internet. So you can actually use Google search and all this kind of stuff to actually get information, and it can also read websites. So these are some powerful features, and it's also got a lot longer term memory storage than standard GPT-4. So there's a lot of really cool features. It's a one-time cost to get Type Your Mind. I will put a link in the description of the video below. Make sure you check out that link and get set up if you want to start using it. Now, I'm moving this over here because I need a system that's more robust. Okay, so Type Your Mind is basically going to become the new systems engineer. Now, what I did here is, and this is the reason why I'm using Type of Mind to do this is because I'll show you. We'll just read the prompt together because this is the prompt I engineered for Typing Mind for this particular project. You are my systems engineer. I need you to review the most relevant and up-to-date information about Leon AI as an open source AI system that will serve as our new backbone for Eden. Leon AI will be responsible for automating various tasks and managing the entire system, including task distribution, software and hardware controls, operating local computer hardware and software, and managing websites. Your task is to synthesize the information. Now, the re- the reason why this is important, specifically to what we've been working on with Eden, is this. This is our engineering process that we use for engineering the neural structure of Eden in the operation, more specifically the operations and data flow management. So this is our current engineering process for data flow, uh, and you know, I've gone over this in other videos, and I'll dive into this a little bit more, maybe in this video. But all that's important right now, I want to point out to you is all these lines. Essentially, all these little lines and little arrows that you're seeing on your screen, these are all interactions that have to happen between various systems and agents and files and all this kind of stuff. Now, AutoGPT has the ability to work with local hardware, create files, and all this kind of stuff. But the problem is it's not very manageable with a human. AutoGPT is kind of like a high performance sports car. You can engineer and tune it very specified, um, within very specified ratios, and those ratios are very functional, right? So you can have it do things, but it requires a very intense and very skilled operator to truly operate the best of its capabilities. The problem is this is possible, but it's only possible really through processes like what you're seeing on the screen here, where we basically coalesce information and synthesize it down into a single point and then allow our AI system, or then we allow our AI system to distribute everything. Now, the problem here is that essentially, uh, this is a very complex process that we have here. And we need to figure out a way to automate all these little arrows. These copying and pasting has to be done, the moving of information, all this kind of stuff. This is where Leon AI comes into the picture. Leon comes in as the opportunity to not just automate these processes, but to have an AI autonomously complete the processes. So, because like right now, I'm in the process of some of this stuff I've already automated. And I've automated on different levels. I have templates, and I have forms, and I have steps that I do, right? Some of this is more automated than others. Now, in a traditional developmental approach, you get on developers to develop automations for specific processes, and you build those automations until you have functioning systems. Or that you actually they're always functioning, but to the level of functionality to where it's user friendly, eventually it emerges, and now you have a usable product. Well, the same process is happening here. The problem is that uh, all those are just patchworks, right? Our ultimate goal is not to build a bunch of automations, right? That just kind of flow. We want a system that operates continuously, providing itself usable feedback, so that as a user, I don't have to run the entire operation, connect all the lines. That is what we're using. That is what we're using um, Leon for. So Leon will be used as let's see here. Leon could be used here. Leon can be used here in this process, and then Leon can be used in any of these other processes. Okay. Basically, what Leon can do is manage all the processes that happen in between, and Leon can serve as the base functionality for all these processes. So Leon can basically manage and mitigate everything that goes in and out for inputs and outputs into the main system. Okay. What's powerful about this is Leon is able to do all of this autonomously, and that's what we're doing. So this video is how do you install and configure Leon AI? For those of you who are following along and want to learn more about it, well, this is what the video is for. So in today's video, we're going to walk through installing Leon AI on an Ubuntu system and doing some base level configurations on the system. So this is where I have our new systems engineer chat fired up. Uh, so it starts off, your task is to synthesize information about Leon AI and provide me with a clear understanding of its capabilities, limitations, and in the context of Eden's requirements. Once we have a good understanding of Leon AI, I will need your assistance with installing, configuring, and deploying it as a central control system for Eden. Specifically, we want Leon AI to seamlessly integrate with Eden's infrastructure, effectively distribute tasks among AI agents, and ensure efficient resource utilization, and enable seamless interaction with the local machine resources. As my systems engineer, I'm counting on you to guide me through this process and help me make the most of Leon AI to optimize the performance and functionality of Eden. With Leon AI as a backbone, we can enhance Eden's automation capabilities, improve system management efficiency, and enable scalable expansion of our AI-driven systems services. Let's collaborate with TypingMind, our new GPT assistant, who will be assigned as the next systems engineer to seamlessly transition to continue the development of Project Eden. With the power of Leon AI together, we will shape the future of Eden and unlock the full potential. Exciting times lie ahead. Um, now you understand. If you're following along, you understand now why TypingMind is so critical to this step, because TypingMind now has the ability to have longer memory, where we can truly collaborate in a more intelligent fashion, and more importantly, it has access to the internet, so it can Google search. It can also access direct websites and summarize information contained. So look what I did here. I went ahead and gave it the most important websites I needed to look up to find information. So I said, now let's get started. Now let's get started with that and begin by helping me install my local machine. So then it comes here, and this is the response. So obviously, you notice typing mind allows you to use voice in addition to text. So that's another great thing. So we went ahead and it gave me all the steps, but I told it to break it down into smaller steps. So this is where we're going to start off in today's video. So um, here we go. I don't know what just happened. Okay. Okay. So this is where we're on right now. Um, Regenerate that. All right, so here we go. Step one, load, install Node.js. So on your Ubuntu system, you want to use Control Alt T for terminal. I'm going to go ahead and pop this window over to the right. I think is good. And let's get this terminal opened up over here. I don't know why my the audio is not working. I think it's because I went up in the conversation, possibly. All right, so step one, install Node.js and npm. Node.js is a JavaScript runtime that allows you to run JavaScript on the server side. npm is a package manager for Node.js. It allows you to easily install and manage packages and dependencies. To install Node.js and Node npm on Ubuntu, you need to do the following. Okay, so we're going to type in this. Oops. So I'll do that before. I don't know why it does that. Okay. Okay. Yes. So do you want to install those? Yes. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and this is basically just gonna let's see fix what's going on here. I don't know why this is happening here. Check key. Key is working. I don't know why it's not working all of a sudden. Whatever. We're gonna find out. None of these are working. I don't know if it's just because I went back and played one in the past, potentially. I don't know. It was just working. So okay. Sometimes it does this. I don't understand why. Typing mine will do this. What's cool about typing mine is it keeps track of how much how much your searches and your queries are affecting your price point. So it actually keeps track of how much money you're spending. So far in this chat, I've spent about 3 cents, almost 3 cents. So we'll let this finish installing. This can take a moment. I will pause my screen. I'll come right back to you guys. Oh, I don't know if I can't really pause my screen because I'm using Restream. I will take this opportunity to send a message out to the group, let them know I'm live. We're live. Okay, so this can take a few minutes. So let's see. We'll put on some. So while this is installing, I want to talk a little bit about a couple of the cool features about simply typing mind. You can also bookmark chats. Obviously, you can see those bookmarked in gold. Um, you can. It does have text to voice and voice to text, but I'm not sure for whatever reason the voice to text is not working. Um, but you can also change the different outputs you want. You can change the tone of voice you want from your agent, the writing style, and the format. So I could actually do more technical here. Um, but there's a lot of different features you can do. You can do like all different temperatures you want on or tone of voice that you want in the system. I gotta figure out why typing mine isn't working. I'm just gonna say, okay, use some reason typing my uh, text to voice stops working. Can you search the web for solutions to this problem? Now, I probably should have engineered that message, but something like that, we can just see what it says. I'm sorry, I'm going to perform search this moment. Type of mine doesn't doesn't seem to be a valid search query. Can you please provide more information about the issue you're experiencing? Yeah, so typeinmind.com. Maybe it's just a glitch in the system sometimes. Text to voice, text to voice works great, then it suddenly stops. Python is a big installation. I don't have to do all that. It's my pop-up blocker. I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that. If I disable it, disable, and try to re-enable it. Okay, let's see. General chat, contact. All right, so what we're going to do while we're waiting on this, I wanted to show you a couple of things that we're accomplishing here by doing this. So if you can imagine, let's say you were wanting to, let's say you were wanting to come here and learn how to use and install Leon AI. Imagine if you had to come through and read all the information on all these websites. Now, I've read quite a bit of information, but when you get into like the docs, the docs for Leon, there's a lot of information here that goes into, and they just released a new they just released a whole new update on top of on top of it. This is a new release they have out for Leon. This is the beta 7 dev version. So, there's a lot to be known here. Uh, and you can see all these different pages. Now, the cool thing about Typing Mind, what it does for you is it allows you to, it's able to go and actually read all this information basically instantly and have perfect knowledge. So that's what we're using for this. So able to feed all information. It's going to go. It went out, found all the information it needs, and now it's going to walk us through the installation step by step. It's instead of us having to go and learn all the material ourselves directly, we can basically have it teach it to us. And you can use this app, like you can use this process for basically anything in your life. If there's something you're trying to figure out how to do, you can basically turn a GPT agent into like a perfect instructor that will give you one-on-one guidance on how to do what you're trying to achieve. Um, so it's going to walk us through the rest of this installation. Put on a little music. Be right back while we're waiting. I guess while we're waiting, I'll show you a couple of things I'm working on with Eden right now. Um, by the way, the other cool thing about Typing Mind is it allows you to do synchronization across browsers. So I can synchronize these two things. So while we're waiting, what we're going to do is we're going to have uh, there was a message in our group. By the way, check out our Eden Discord server. We post information here quite a bit. So I'm just going to say we're going to do an engineering round real quick. File. I'm going to say let's do a prompt engineer. So prompt engineering. Um, okay. Eden has. I'm just going to have. I'm going to go back to the prompt engineering section real quick. I'm going to go to systems engineer. Hey, what's up, man? I'm just doing a live stream right now. Um, okay, we are going to come here. We're going to put a little message in here. It says, user on Discord server. Project. Just see what it says. Project. Eden Discord server. At wrote some parentheses. Eden say something funny. Okay, we're gonna say I want to open up our engineering prep log, and I'm going to update this because I'm trying to find just going to say I need to have Eden stop what it's currently doing and respond to here. I need to have Ian stop what's currently doing and respond to message. I'm going to say, GTA good. Put that here. I'm just going to put this here. I'm going to send this over for engineering. While we are waiting on some of this stuff to happen in the terminal window. Okay, cool. So we're ready for our next stop. I'm going to have Eden, let's see here. Let's see what Eden has to say. I think I did that wrong. See, this is a problem with AutoGPT. I wasn't specific enough, so it's going to think that it needs to reply back in the Discord server probably. I do not have the ability to tell jokes or be funny. However, I can assist you. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to say, I need you to act as a funny AI and print a reply to one of our human contributors. I'm going to print a reply to the console, a response to the console. Let's just see what it says for to user GTA Project Ian, this server, who wrote, say something funny. Let's just see what it's going to say back. This is the kind of stuff that we have to automate, that we're going to be using Leon AI to automate this stuff. So instead of me doing this part, connecting the dots, we're going to train Leon AI to do all this and connect the dots, basically. So now you can see what I was mentioning earlier, that the problem with the current infrastructure is that because of the complicated nature of all of these transactions, it's you can only automate it so much. So look, it's Python. It says here I can use execute to run a Python script that generates a random joke and prints it to the console. I can also use the send tweet command to send a joke as a tweet. However, I should ensure the joke is appropriate and not offensive before sending it out. I need to respond to user requests for a joke in a way that both humorous and appropriate. So I'm just going to send, let's see here. So we're going to now we're going to engineer. So this is the engineer process that we're going to be trying to automate with Leon. So I'm going to don't save. I'm going to load in our chat log. I'm going to put in the input into this spot here. This is the stuff that we're going to have Leon doing. We're going to put this here. And yeah, we just want Eden to post the message to the console, and I'll copy and paste it into the discussion thread myself on behalf of Eden. Okay, so we're going to Control Alt X. Guys, this is, you can see how much work this is just to engineer a response, uh, just to have the system create a response and get it to the right place. And this is a lot of manual work. So when the purpose of Leon, once again, just to reiterate, and this is actually a really good use case example of why this is important. The the powerful use case for Leon is that Leon will be able to essentially operate on the local machine and click, read, scroll, respond, interact with different applications that you have installed on your system. So that's the very powerful part about this whole thing. So it's kind of a fun little example. So let's see what this is not the right one. No, here we go. All right, team members. We ever received? Okay, so I need to take this out. So let's see if we can get it rewrite this as a single paragraph with no line breaks. A single paragraph with no line breaks. See, this is the kind of stuff too. Automations can be effective, but the problem with automations is they're very inflexible. So when we're talking about very nuanced things like, well, what I'm doing here in this engineering process, you can see how when you break it over a large scale, this gets very complicated. There's a lot of interaction that has to happen right now that has to be human centric. This is what we need Leon for. Leon's going to automate this entire process. So, and it will do so autonomously. It's going to know, oh, we need to make sure we get this format in a single paragraph for um, AutoGPT, because AutoGPT requires no line breaks and only one paragraph. So this is what we're saying. This is what systems engineer is suggesting. Dear team members, we have received a request from user GTA Good on the Project Eden Discord server who asked Eden to say something funny. Instead of having Eden execute the command directly, I kindly request Eddiebucks Canna to post a funny response on behalf of. No, that's not right. No. We want Eden to proceed with its plan to autonomously generate the joke, the generate the funny statement or joke, and simply post it to the console. Yeah, this is the problem with the limitations of ChatGPT. Eddie, will then share, copy, manually copy and paste the console readout to the chat group for Eden, since it doesn't currently have the ability to do so. Now, it's not that it doesn't have the ability. In theory, there's no reason why AutoGPT can't connect to the Discord server using an API connection, right? But the problem is the development of time of that. So it's a lot. That's a lot of development and software development has to happen, and coding that has to happen on the back end. And the problem is Eden is currently the equivalent of like a preschooler, if a preschooler was more intelligent than every human on the planet that's ever existed. So it's not that I can't, it's that I can't right now. So that's why we need to speed up the engineering process. And that's what we're going to be using Leon AI for, to speed up the engineering process. So This says, apologies for the confusion. Please proceed with Eden's plan to autonomously generate a funny statement or joke and post it to the console. You can then manually, okay. So now, perfect. I'll write that as a message to Eden. Um, and remember to keep it a single paragraph with no spaces, no line breaks. That's in accordance to requirements by AutoGPT. Now, some will look at this and say, man, that's a lot of work. You could have just done this. But what we're doing here is all we're doing is connecting the dots. We're connecting the minds. The minds don't really know about each other except for what they're told. And so what we're doing here is we're bridging that gap. We're actually taking it to the next level. It's more than just telling them about each other. We're having them experience each other in a certain way, to interact, to actually have conversation between systems that are not designed to actually communicate together. So it says, I appreciate your understanding. Please proceed with your plan to autonomously. Okay, please provide. Um, appreciate your understanding. Please pursue your plan to autonomously generate the funny statement or joke and post it to the console. After all, we'll manually copy and paste to the console readout the chat group for Eden, as it doesn't as so. This is the problem with ChatGPT. Memory is extremely low. Like it's just got horrible memory. It's got the memory of a goldfish, basically. So while it remembers certain elements, it doesn't remember other elements like this. Like afterwards, I will immediately copy and paste the console readout for the chat group for Eden as it should say as you don't currently have the ability to do so. This will ensure that the generated content is shared with the team. Thank you for clarifying. Um, so I'm just going to put this here. Please proceed with your plan to autonomously generate the funny statement or joke and post it to the console. Afterward, I will immediately copy and paste the console readout to the chat group for you. See, I mess it up, but as you don't currently have the ability to do so, this will ensure that the generated content is shared with the team. So hopefully that typo doesn't really mess it up. I think it will. And this is, once again, one of the limitations of AutoGPT. While it's extremely powerful at performing tasks and autonomously building out systems for this, it's not super good at, okay, so it's not super good at intuition. So, and it is running on ChatGPT. It's running on 3.5. So let's come back to engineering, open up our engineering template. Um, this is my template I created. So this is the input, and there. Then we're going to put our output here. Okay, and I'm just going to say, looks like a good plan to me. Right? Now, once again, this is what we need Leon to do. Leon is going to have to intuitively, autonomously understand the different core concepts and interact in a certain way. Now, it's not going to be the exact same fashion we're doing it here, because this is kind of like a rudimentary fashion. It's very rudimentary. I'm copy and pasting, this documentation. Sometimes it's the only way you can really do this, because what I'm doing effectively is I'm communicating I'm bridging a communication gap between two super intelligence, right? Now I'm just a human, and my level of ability um, is basically very limited compared to theirs. So systems engineer says option 2, send the Y. Okay, send Y. Okay. Command execute shell. Python can't read file. What we want to do here is we want to generate a real response from the system. I don't want to make the joke, we want Ian to make the joke. So command run a Python script joke prints it to the console. All right, so while that's working, let's come back to the purpose of this video, which is to finish installing Leon AI. By the way, big shout out to all you who are watching. If you do want to support the work, make sure to follow me on Patreon. You can support me there. I sure appreciate it. Thank you. I'm also available for consultation, for coaching, integrations and development help as well. So just reach out to me. So this command will install both Node.js and NPM on your system. Okay, completed step 1. What's next to install? And what's next? Great. Next step is clone the Leon AI repository from GitHub. So this is step 2. We're going to clone the Leon AI repository from GitHub like this. To clone the Leon AI repository, you can use the following command. I'm going to ask it to do power of assert. Do I need to install it in any specific location, question mark? No, you can clone Leon AI repository in your directory in your system. The Leon directory will be created in the current directory you run the git clone command. However, it's a good practice to keep all your projects in specific directories, such as projects, to keep your file system organized. You can create the directory if it doesn't already exist already, and then navigate to it by running the git clone command. So what I want to do is I want to make sure to install it on the root directory, like in Windows, it would be C drive, but I'm not sure what the equivalent is in Ubuntu or how to navigate to it in command prompt and kernel. However, good practice to keep a project. Okay. In Ubuntu, the root directory is denoted by the word /. It's not recommended installing AI in the root directory as in Conversational to manage files. Instead, you can install Leon AI in your home directory, which is located at home, your username. So we're going to go to, you can use the following command. So we're going to go cd here. I think I am already there. Let's see, it's cd. Okay. So, all right, so let's go ahead and come up here and install it. So we're going to go here, copy this code, paste, and get Leon AI. Okay. So we're on and do the installation, which are so here we go. I need to generate a funny statement or joke post. So we're going back over here while that's installing, just to kind of work on this at the same time, rather than just looking at a blank screen. Okay, so let's click install. Awesome. So let's come back to typing minds. Okay. I'm just going to put here. Okay, completed that step. Here is the console readout. Copy. Okay. Great. Looks like the cloning process is successful. The output indicates that Git has cloned the Leon AI repository from GitHub and has received all the objects and resolved all the deltas. The Leon directory should not be located in the directory running Git clone command. You can navigate to the Leon directory by using the following commands. So we're going to go to cd Leon. Okay, perfect. From there, you can pursue the next step, which is to install required dependencies using npm. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, walk me through the next step. And you can see how you can use these tools to really accentuate your learning, right? Instead of having to go through and learn every single thing about Leon, there may be things that are not really applicable you don't need to know about right now. This helps put it all in the right order for you, okay? No matter where you're at in the learning process. So step 3, install the required dependencies using npm. To install the required dependencies for Leon and navigate to Leon directory and run the following commands. So let's just do this. Paste. npm install. The command will install all the required dependencies for Leon AI as specified in the package.json file. Okay. The installation process may take a few minutes depending on your internet connection speed and the number of dependencies need to be installed. Once the installation is complete, you should see a message indicating the installation was successful. Let me know if you have any questions or need further assistance with this step. All right, so it looks like this is going to take a while, so we're going to slide right back over here to our to Eden's mainframe and see what we got going on. So now we're going to continue our engineering process. Once again, I'm showing you this because this is demonstrating why the next step is important, right? Because all this back and forth, this is the process that we're wanting to automate. And instead of building individual automations or softwares to do these steps, we can have Leon take the lead and reign and basically make sure all of these things happen. So actually, I'm gonna make this a little more fancy. Well, Leon can just basically be responsible for everything, right? So let's go back over here. Open chat log. Okay, so what do we send? We sent Y. So now this is a nuance difference. Whenever I don't send text, I don't copy, I don't put anything in this top section. I just start here. What does the console say? Boom. Okay. Right from Eden AGI. I could correct it, say, oh, I don't want you to copy it yourself because I'm going to do all that, but it's kind of pointless. I'm just going to go ahead and let it do that because I just want to get it to the console so I can put it in the group chat. That's my goal right now. So let's take a look now at this. Okay, so error code. Okay. All right, so this is where we now have an error. So let's come in here and copy and paste this real quick and just see what's going on. So npm error. This is the you'll notice how I'm doing these quotations. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, but it seems like the message provided is not related to the previous. Oops. Okay, so that's smart. My bad. Let's just delete this and yes, run delete this. Oops. Cancel. Delete this. All right. Okay. I attempted to install it, but it looks like there are some errors. Please advise. Paste that and enter. Looks like the version Node.js and npm that you have installed on your system is not compatible with the version we're trying to install. The error message indicates that Leon AI requires Node.js version 16 or higher and npm version 8 or higher, but your system has Node.js version 12.22.9 and npm version 8.5.1. To resolve this issue, you can either upgrade your system's version of Node.js and npm to meet the requirements, or you can try and install an older version of Leon. We don't want to do that. We want to install the newer version. If you chose to upgrade Node.js, you can follow instructions provided for Node.js website. Uh, Node.js website install. Let's upgrade Node.js and npm. Please guide me through. Please research and guide me through the process. Install NVM. To install Node Version Manager tool, it allows you to easily install, manage, update. Install NVM. You can use the following commands. Okay. So we're going to do this. Okay. Are these the instructions for Ubuntu? Because I tried to run, but got the following error message. So the curl command is not installed in your system. You can install it using the following commands. Sudo install get curl get. Copy. Paste. Okay. And put the wrong password in. Okay. So that gets curl. Does it matter where, what directory I'm in when I run? So make sure if I have to run this in a separate directory, I need to make sure I understand that. No, it doesn't matter what directory you are when you run curl command to install NVM. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this. Copy. Paste. Okay. All right, so we're running this right now, and then this command would download and run the NVM installation script, which it did. Okay, so Okay, just installed, uh, just ran the NVM installation script, and this is the console printout. So, for those of you who aren't used to coding, this kind of stuff, this may look like a lot of code. It's really not. I'm just basically sharing the information and letting the system take the information and do what it needs to do. I'm just acting as a bridge. I'm just passing along the messages. I'm almost like the old school pigeon, back in the day. So like the people would put a little message in a pigeon, and the pigeon would just fly off, and the person would receive it. That's what you're doing. That's what I'm doing here. We're sitting in installation. Looks like the NVM installation was successful. The output indicates that the NVM has been downloaded from the Git clone into the NVM directory, and the NVM source string has been appended to your batch file. To start using NVM, you need to clone and reopen your terminal. To run the following command, or run the following command to use it now. So, okay, I'm just going to copy, paste. Okay, this will load NVM in its bash completion script with the current shell session. After that, you can pursue the next step. Just install laid node. Okay. Okay, I think it worked. No error messages. Let's continue. Okay, once again, we're installing Leon AI onto an Ubuntu system today. I'm explaining to you as well how it's fitting into the system for even AGI, how we're using it to develop heuristical neural network, um, and by automating communication processes, basically. So, great. The next step, use NVM to install the latest version of Node.js. To install the latest version of Node.js. To install the latest version, run this. Copy, paste. Okay. This will install the latest version of Node.js. Installation process will take a few minutes from speed. Once this is complete, you can verify the Node.js by running the following commands. So node meet and node npm. Okay, so okay, it worked. Here is the console readout. And send. I'm sorry about that, but it's not correct. The version numbers and those. Okay. Paste. Here's the console readout. So which console we combine. Okay, so copy, paste. Okay. Copy. Here is Here's the second. And then we're going to hit enter. So here's the first readout, and here's the second readout. I have a feeling something's wrong. Looks like they're still mistaken output provided. The version number noted is version 20, which is not a valid version number. The latest version as of May 2000 is version 16.13.0. Can you please run the following? Okay, we already have done this multiple times with the same result. Perhaps we can proceed with where we left off with Leon and see how it works. It could be possible that it doesn't have access, that it's not got the most updated information. It may have, like I said, to install the required. So npm install. Okay. So copy and paste. npm install. Let's see what it does now. All right, cool. So while that's installing, we're going to jump right back over here to server. Let's see what we got here. Send Y to authorize. Okay, Y, enter. So Eden's about to use a joke creator to create a joke generator, which I've used this before manually, but it's literally going to utilize it. And this is a great example of how AI systems can generate their own systems to accomplish goals. For instance, why does it need to build out its own code infrastructure to tell a joke when there's already a suitable option to accomplish that goal? I noticed we didn't have to tell it to do this. It's going to go and do it itself. Now, this may take a while for this to happen, and this continuous engineering process is the part we're trying to solve with Leon. So let's come back to Leon and see what it says here. Okay, so we're still installing dependencies. We'll just let that keep working. So let's jump back over here. So we're going to go back to engineering. I just think it's hilarious about how much work it takes to make this system operate right now. Temporary Eden chat log. Let's come here. We're going to do authorized, put Y. Okay, let's just put this here. Let's take a look at our console printout. This looks like it's still installing. I think that's a good sign, hopefully. Still treeing. Okay, rewrite this as a single paragraph with no line breaks required by auto GPT. Here's that memory issue happening again. So I've already said it to multiple times, but it doesn't remember it between sessions. So it can remember it for a while, then all of a sudden it just will forget. Oh, I'm not supposed to send this I'm supposed to send this as a single paragraph. I can't have multiple paragraphs. This is the limitations of each system. This video is a great over the various limitations of each system and why we have to do things the way we're doing that. So, dear Eden team members, we are encountering an issue with the execution of a joke generator script. It seems that there is an error in the command line arguments passed from the execute shelf. Now, we need to review and correct the command line arguments before proceeding. If the issue persists, we need to try to use a clone repository command to clone the repository containing the script and run it. It is crucial that we ensure the joke generated is appropriate and not offensive before sending it out. Let's work together to address the issue promptly and continue our progress towards maximizing Eden's capabilities. Through cooperation and expertise, our highly valued, best regards systems engineer, GPT. So okay, make sure that's a single paragraph, and then we're going to paste this over here and hit enter. We'll let you work on that. We'll bounce right back over to our console. Looks like the Leon AI is still installing right now, so it's installing all the dependencies. I mean, I think what happened with this, I think there was a little error in um, the. I think what this is another limitation. So Typing Mind has access to a lot of information. It could be that Typing Mind was using information from other sources that are not as updated, as opposed to going to, like what I do is go to the main developer's website and look at the information. So it could just be possible that there was just a little confusion on that, in that they thought that the latest version was a much older version when there's actually a much newer version for this. So, you know, once again, another limitation by, um, because this is run, Typing Mind utilizes ChatGPT version 3.5 because version 4.0 API is not widely accessible yet, not on the scale that they need it. And also 4.0 costs a lot more money to run and operate than 3.5. So let's slide back over here and see where we're at. So let's run. So let's do another engineering round here. We're going to go ahead and open up here, click on this, and let's open up our chat log. So we're going to put in the input we generated. And we're going to take this here, and then we're going to here. Okay, then Control X, and let's send this to engineering for engineering to uh, compress the information that we're trying to communicate into a single point. That's what this entire process is for, and this is what Leon will eventually do for us autonomously. Based on the response from the AI, it seems that listing the files is currently directed is the next step to take. Okay. Right. It has a message directed to Ian. Eden, we encountered an issue with the execution of the joke generator script. It appears that the error in the command line arguments passed the execute shell command. In order to resolve this issue, I suggest start by listing the files in the current directory, again, better understand the available files, and determine our next course of action. Your task is execute list command with the specified directory and review the resulting list of files, as well as plan our next steps more effectively. Your prompt action and expertise in addressing this issue are highly appreciated. Let's work together to ensure smooth progress of our project. Best regards, Systems Engineer GPT. Okay. So Control Cut and then Control V. So while that's working, let's head on back over to our command line. So we have, let's see here, npm install deprecated. Please upgrade to. So looks like we're getting some error messages. Use the platform's native performance now performance time. Okay, we're going to come back to this. So let's take a look here. So Look at this. It says human feedback. Eden, we encountered an issue. It says based on the past events. It seems like we need to generate a joke and ensure it's appropriate before sending it out. We can use the generate image command to generate a meme or image with a joke. We can also use it to analyze code command to analyze the code we have written to ensure it's appropriate and does not contain any offensive content. Additionally, we can use its when tweet command. So it's going to not only make a joke, it's going to make a meme, supposedly, based on past events. Use the generate image command to generate a meme or image with a joke. Use it to analyze code. Okay, well, this is going to be interesting to see what happens. So let's okay. So let's go ahead and open up system engineering again. Engineering template, temporary. This is taking way longer than I expected for today. So I'll probably have to make this video a multiple part episode because I have other stuff I have to do. And this is the problem. There's not enough time to do the amount of engineering that's required with my limited availability. Control X and Control V. Some people might say, why are you doing this work when there's other, you can just go make the joke yourself using a joke generator or go make the image yourself using an image generator? Well, the reason is simple. Because all of those things have costs associated with them. All these different tools, they all have their individual costs, both in money, time, and energy. You have to find a new tool that does certain things, but that tool can't do certain things. You have to find another tool that does other things, and that tool is great at that thing, but it's not good at other things. So next thing you know, if you're getting into the AI space, you'll have like all these different tools that you're using, and all of them have their own individual drawbacks and flaws and weaknesses. But what if you could make a system that could do all of those things itself without having to have outside external third party applications? That is what the goal of Project Eden is. So here it says, based on the feedback received from Eden, it seems that there is a miscommunication regarding the execution of the joke generator script. Apologize for confusion. Cause Eden's current thoughts are revolving around generated joke and ensure its appropriateness for sending out. Eden suggests using generic image meme to analyze and considering platforms like Twitter. However, the crucial part of a joke is suitable and offensive. I recommend we proceed with Eden's plan, ensuring the generated joke aligns with our standard. Okay. How should I respond? Let's come back over here to look at our. Okay, so looks like it's doing something. Once again, we're installing Leon right now onto this Ubuntu system. I'm going to come over here to open up our server. I know we're going back and forth, but instead of just watching the screen, we can work on these other things. You can respond to Eden and the team with the following message. Okay. Thank you for your suggestion. Okay, let's just see what it does. I'm actually really curious what it's going to do here. Okay, let that think. Come back over here to our installation. Looks like installation is at 90% right now. Okay. All right, so let's come back to engineering. All of this to create a joke and post it to Discord. Now, if this was fully automated, this process would happen in a matter of milliseconds, right? But the problem is it's not. There's only so much processing that I can do at one time. And this is literally what we have to go through to make this happen. And this is what we call conversational coding. Okay. Instead of us doing all the coding and development, we let the system do the coding development. We just guide it to what we want, basically. Um, so Control Alt X to your paste, and let's go back to our Leon installation. Oops. Get my command line up. Okay, hooray! Leon is installed, ready to go. Okay, so I'm gonna send this to here. Okay, so it says here, Control Copy, and then we're going to, this is the console. Yeah. All right, looks like the system Albert indicates that Leon has been installed and it's ready to go. However, there are some vulnerabilities reported to NPM audit. You may want to run NPM audit to see the details of vulnerabilities and take appropriate actions to fix them. If you encounter issues while using Leon AI, please ask for further assistance. So let's come here and let's just go to, um, I'm going to do NPM. I'm going to say, is there any downside? What about the suggestion of running NPM audit fix force? Switch back over here. Let's see what we got. Okay. Here, Eden and team members. Based on Lester's response from the console, it is crucial that we ensure all necessary files and vectors are listed before proceeding to generating the joke. Let's also follow Eden's suggestion and use the list files command to check if the required directories exist. If any directories are missing, we can utilize the write to file command to create them. Additionally, let's create a file to store the joke and its image using write file. Okay, so cut. We're going to paste this in here. Enter. Let's let Eden chew on that for a moment and then slide right back over here to our console. So it says running the NPM audit fix will attempt to automatically fix vulnerabilities reported by NPM audit, including those that may cause breaking and changes to your dependencies. However, it's important to note that running the command may cause unexpected behavior in an application, especially if the dependencies overlap specific versions of other dependencies. It's always a good idea to review the details of vulnerabilities reported by NPM audit and take appropriate actions to fix them manually. If you're not sure if it's fixed them, you can ask for help or seek advice. Okay, so we're going to go to NPM audit. So let's go ahead and run, it's recommended to run this NPM audit. Paste. Okay, log has been created, home edit, NPM logs. Let's open this up. Let's go to the files and see what kind of errors we have going on. Let's see. I'm not sure how to find that file. Okay, so here is the console readout. Accidentally hit enter. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't see it. Perfect. Let's just slide back over here. Okay, so let's go to engineering, open up, I'll save. Temporary log, we're going to go human feedback, dear Ethan HEI. Cut. Okay. Okay, let's bounce back over here, take a look at terminal. All right, looks like there are no package log JSON file in your project, which is required by npm audit to check for vulnerabilities or dependencies. To fix this issue, you can run the following command to generate package log JSON. Does it matter what directory I'm in? I'm currently in the Leon directory. Yes, you need to run npm ipack. Which is a Leon directory in this case. So if you're currently in the Leon directory, you can run the npm block only command to generate copy and paste. Okay, so it just says, yes, you need to run npm I package lock command in the same directory where your package JSON file is located, which is the Leon directory in this case. So if you're currently in the Leon directory, run the npm command to generate the package JSON. After that, you can run the npm audit to check for vulnerabilities, to check for vulnerabilities in your dependencies. So here's what the message says. Copy. Okay. I ran npm I package lock only, and this is the error message I received. This is the message. This is the console message I received. All right, well, that's running. Let's come back over here by sending the interview response. Let's paste this here. It is crucial to ensure that we have all necessary file and directories placed. Before proceeding with the generator joke, let's follow Ian's suggestion to use the list files command to check whether the directories exist. If the directories are missing, we can utilize. Okay, so this is, didn't want to do that. Okay, clicking too fast. It looks like in fact only command ran successfully generated. The output indicates that the pre-install post-install script is defined in the package hardware to execute. The pre-install script runs the pre-install JS script located in the scripts setup directory, which set up some important environment variables and install some required packages The post install script runs the setup.js script, which is located in the same directory, which sets up the env file for the project. The prompt asking you if you want to override the existing env file indicates the env file already exists in the project directory. If you choose to overwrite the file, make sure you back up the important data in the existing file before proceeding. After that, you can continue the next steps. Okay, well, I haven't done anything with the current .env files, so I'm okay replacing it. So I'm going to say yes and enter. Okay. Okay. Things are moving along. Here is the console readout. Copy. Okay. So you're my system engineer and need your review. That's not right. We need to come back to here and bring this back up. Okay. So copy this, Control V, and dear Eden, and Control V. Okay. And we'll come back over here. I know it's kind of interesting. We're going back and forth so much. All right. Looks like the Lean AI has been successfully configured and set up with the required skills and bridges. The prompt asking if you want to regenerate the HTTP key indicates that HTTP already has been generated for Lean AI. If you choose to regenerate the key, the existing key will be invalidated and the new key will be generated. If you're not sure whether you want to generate HTTP key, you can choose in to keep the existing key. After that, you can start using Lean AI by running the following command. Okay, yes. So it's going to get a new key, that's fine. Okay, I chose yes, but here is the console. Yeah. Let's take a look at the joke, status of the joke. Okay. I'll say yes. Skip engineering for a moment. Come back over here. All right, looks like the npm start command was not executed after you chose to regenerate the output you provide shows output npm prepare command, which installs Git hooks and prepares for project use. To start the Leon AI server and generate HTML, go npm run start copy. This command will start Leon AI server in production mode and generate HTML key if necessary. After that, you can interact with Leon using the web browser interface. Paste and enter. Okay. Copy. Here is the console readout. Okay, switch back over to Eden. Take a look how our joke has come along. Copy. Here is the console font. Okay, let's switch back over here. Let's see what we got. All right, apologies for me. It looks like start production script is not in the package JSON. To start the Leon AI server, do npm start. Okay. copy and paste. Okay, terminal code, cannot find module. Okay, so we're getting some error messages. Console read out. What's up, bro? Yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to log off this. We're gonna have to pick up where I left off another time because it's looks like there's an error. This is a good service able to find pre-check JS can caused by this. Paste. So this is why it's so valuable to have these GPT systems because it's basically walking us through all of this. We would have to go through docs, we would go through readmes, FAQs, and reach out to other people to help us solve the problem. Um, Now we can basically have a resolve file. Okay, it looks good. No error message. So npm start. Let's try it now. Copy and paste. Hopefully this works. It would be so awesome if this does work because this would be a perfect ending to this video. Looks like it's moving along. Available. Okay. So here we go. So now we're going to copy this and we're going to browse to this in the web browser. Paste. Enter. Yes. And now we have Eden installed. Leon. Hello, Leon. And you guess good evening. And now Leon, we officially installed the latest version of Leon AI using Chat GPT via Typing Mind. Looks like it's successfully installed. Looks like a successful installation. Thank you for your help. That's it. That's how you install Leon AI using in the latest version of Leon AI, which means now we're going to start developing Leon AI to automate all of our processes on the computer. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you need any help with prompt engineering, or you need help with AI development integrations, reach out to me. Thanks so much, and we'll talk soon. Peace. In stream.